waiting for the bus. I'm listening to an audiobook, but listen, we're going to finish this study on honey. Okay, now sometimes milk and honey are there together. That's in a different playlist, okay? The milk and cheese is together. This one's just going to be on honey. Genesis 43:11. Their father Israel said to them, if it must be, so now do this. Take the best fruits in the land in your vessels. Carry down the man a present. A little balm, a little honey, spices, myrrh, nuts, and almonds. Okay, you could read the whole story here, but I'm just going to quickly read honey. Okay, babe? That was Genesis 43:11. How about Exodus 16:31? The house of Israel called the name manna, and it was like a coriander seed, and the taste was like wafers with honey. There goes my headphones. Leviticus 2:11, no meat offering which ye shall bring unto the Lord shall be made with leaven, for ye shall burn no leaven nor any honey. Don't smoke the honey, all right? Don't burn the honey in any offering of the Lord made by fire. Deuteronomy 8:8, a land of wheat, barley, vines, figs, trees, pomegranates, olive oil, and honey. Deuteronomy 32:13, he made him ride on high places of the earth that he might eat the increase of the fields. And he made him to suck honey out of a rock and oil out of a flinty rock. Judges 14, that's a good story. I wish I could read it all to you, but I'm waiting for the bus. Okay, after the time he returned to take her, and he turned aside to see the carcass of a lion, and behold, there was a swarm of bees and honey in the carcass of a lion. And he took his hands and went into eating and came to his father and mother, and he gave it to them, and they ate. But he told not them that he had taken the honey out of the carcass of a lion. Okay, Judges 14 later on, the men of the city said to him on the seventh day before the sun went down, what is sweeter than honey? Okay, and then it's a riddle they laid out, but I don't have time to read all that because I'm getting on the bus. 1 Samuel 14:25. All they of the land came to a wood, and there was honey on the ground. 1 Samuel 14. When the people come to the wood, the honey dropped, and no man put his hand to his mouth. People feared the oath. Jonathan heard not when his father charged the people with the oath, wherefore he put forth the end of the rod that was in his hand, and he dipped it in the honeycomb, and his eyes were enlightened. As soon as he put it in his mouth, put his hand in his mouth, his eyes were enlightened. And then said Jonathan, my father troubled the land. See, I pray you how my eyes have been enlightened because I tasted a little bit of this honey. Saul said to Jonathan, tell me, what hast thou done? Jonathan said, I did but taste a little bit of honey with the end of the rod that was in my hand, and lo, I must die. That's 1 Samuel 14:43. How about 2 Samuel 17:29? Honey, butter, sheep, and cheese of kine for David and the people that were with him to eat, for they said the people is hungry, we're thirsty in the wilderness. 1 Kings 14:3. Take 10 loaves and cracknels and a cruse of honey, C-R-U-S-E, cruse of honey, and go with him. And he's going to tell you what to do with the child. 2 Kings 18:32. Until I come and take you away to a land like your own land, a land of corn, wine, land of bread and vineyards, land of olive oil and honey, that you may live and not die. And hearken not unto Hezekiah when he persuadeth you, saying that the Lord will deliver us. 2 Chronicles 31:15. As soon as the commandment came abroad, the children of Israel brought in abundance the first fruits of the corn, wine, oil, and honey, and all the increase of the field, and the tithe of all things that brought them in abundantly. Psalms 19:10, more to be desired are they than gold. Yeah, much fine gold, sweeter also than honey and the honeycomb. He should have fed them also with the finest of the wheat, and with honey out of the rock should I have satisfied thee. That's Psalms 81:16. How sweet are thy words unto my taste, sweeter than honey to my mouth. Psalm 119:103. For the lips of a strange woman drop as a honeycomb. Her mouth is smoother than oil. Proverbs 5:3. Pleasant words are a honeycomb, sweet to the soul, health to the bones. Proverbs 16:24. My son, eat thou honey, because it's good in the honeycomb, which is sweet to the taste. That's Proverbs 24:13. Hast thou found honey? Eat so much as is sufficient for thee, lest thou be filled therewith and vomit it. Proverbs 25:16. It's not good to eat too much honey, for so men to search their own glory is not glory. Proverbs 25:27. Proverbs 27:7. The full soul loatheth the honeycomb, but to the hungry soul every bitter thing is sweet. How about butter and honey shall he eat, that he may know to refuse the evil and choose the good. Isaiah 7:15. That's a good story. Jeremiah 41:8. 10 men were found among them that said to Ishmael, slay us not, for we have treasures in the field of wheat, barley, of oil, and honey. So he forbare, and he slew them not. Ezekiel 3:3 said to me, Son of man, cause the belly to eat, fill thy bowels with this roll that I give thee. And I did eat, and it was in my mouth as honey for sweetness. You know, people say, this is the Book of Mormon. Just saying. The little roll, little scroll. Okay. Ezekiel 16:13. Thou was decked with gold, silver, and thy raiment was of fine linen, silk, broidered work. Thou did eat fine flour and honey and oil. Was exceedingly beautiful. You did prosper into a kingdom. My meat also, which I gave thee, fine flour, oil, and honey, wherewith I fed thee, thou hast even set it before them for a sweet savor. And thus it was, saith the Lord. It was still Ezekiel 16, that was 19. Ezekiel 27:17. Judah and the land of Israel, they were thy merchants. They traded in the market wheat of Minnith and Penag, and honey and oil and balm. Matthew 3:4. John the Baptist, the same John that had the raiment of camel's hair and a leather girdle, some guy walking around in a leather girdle around his loins, he was eating locusts and honey. He was eating wild honey. That was also the same sentence, Mark 1:6 as Matthew 3:4. This guy wearing leather around his privates eating locusts and honey. Luke 24:42, they gave him a piece of broiled fish and a honeycomb. Revelation 10:9 and 10:10. And I went to the angel and said unto him, give me the little book. I'm saying that's the Book of Mormon. Okay. And he said to me, take it, eat it up, and it shall make thy belly bitter, but it shall be in thy mouth sweet as honey. And I took the little book out of the angel's hand and I ate it up, and it was in my mouth sweet as honey. And as soon as I ate it, my belly was bitter. Okay, let's see if there's any more. Okay, and if you could, I never throw any props out to any other people on here, but if you can watch Dairy is Scary. It's a 5-minute video. It's called Dairy is Scary. Okay? Have a great day.